Chapter 3064 opens with Kathryn concluding a late night business engagement, revealing her relentless work ethic. She is met by Mr. Fraser, a close and protective figure who appears to be both an advisor and an emotional support for her. Despite the cold, she declines Mr. Fraser's offer of his coat, asserting her independence and resilience. Her refusal of the coat is symbolic of her broader attitude towards her role and the challenges she faces. She is determined to handle the responsibilities of leading the Farrell family on her own terms, even if it means pushing herself to the brink of exhaustion. Mr. Fraser, concerned for her well being, observes that she has been working tirelessly, with no rest even on weekends. His concern highlights the immense pressure on Catherine, who did not grow up with the traditional training or preparation expected of a successor. This lack of early education in leadership makes her journey even more challenging, as she must prove herself in a competitive and often hostile environment. The chapter touches on the political dynamics within the Farrell family, where Catherine's position is not secure. Many are eyeing her role, waiting for any sign of weakness. Mr. Fraser's words convey his deep worry about Catherine's situation, as well as his own stakes in her success. He expresses a particular unease about Liberty, a figure from Wiltspoon, who possessed a potential threat to her claim to the Farrell family leadership. Mr. Fraser is loyal to Catherine and fears that if she loses her position, his own role and future would be jeopardized. His loyalty is not just professional, but also personal, as he harbors deep feelings for Catherine, making his desire to see her succeed even more urgent. As they walk, she reflects on the toll her responsibilities have taken on her life. She longs for a day off, dreaming of sleeping in and spending a leisurely afternoon shopping, simple pleasures that have become rare in her current life. This longing reveals the personal sacrifices she has made to fulfill her role as the head of the family. The pressures of leadership have not only consumed her time, but also distanced her from the carefree life she once enjoyed. Catherine's musings also reveal her strategic thinking and the tough decisions she has made to protect herself and her position. She recalls severing ties with close friends to prevent them from becoming targeted or being used against her by her enemies. This decision, while painful, reflects her deep sense of responsibility and the harsh realities of her world. She understands that in her position, personal connections can be a vulnerability, and she is willing to isolate herself to ensure her success and the safety of those she cares about. Despite the loneliness and the weight of her role, she remains determined and resolute. She recognizes the sacrifices required of her and accepts them as necessary for the greater good of the family and her future. Her reflections on past friendships and the life she has left behind underscore the personal costs of power and leadership. The chapter concludes with Catherine and Mr. Fraser continuing their walk, symbolizing Catherine's ongoing journey. She is burdened by her responsibilities, but driven by a strong sense of duty and a desire to prove herself. Mr. Fraser, while worried, remains by her side, supporting her as she navigates the complex and treacherous path of leadership.